What's up, guys? It's Missy. I'm back with another SimCity Buildit video. Today I'm going to talk about population. If population is something that you guys are going to want to have a lot of, why you may not and why you may. I do have a video on population, but I did not touch base on a topic that I want to discuss today. If you have not already, please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. I am putting out videos pretty much daily, so as long as you guys hit that subscribe button, you'll be notified when they go up. I had somebody who is new to my club. They joined in today and they asked if they can have like 200,000 pop at level 10. I have not specifically tried this. However, if you hit this residential button here, based on your level, you unlock this one at level 6. See how it says requirements? So yes, you will have Latin America buildings available to you. However, certain ones have max pop. So if you look at it, it says max pop is 2111 for London. Max pop is 2550 for Omega, but you don't unlock Omega at level 10. Omega is going to be the highest one, hands down, okay? If you guys are going for a high pop city and you guys have unlocked Omega, you guys are going to want to do Omega. However, if you are lower than level 30 or 31 when you unlock Omega, you're going to want to probably go for epic buildings. And the reason that I say this is because your service demand is going to be way lower on your epic buildings and your population is going to be higher. So you don't want to end up having to buy a shit ton of power and water and sewer and all that just because you want to have high pop. Now, the way that the population works, the taxes work in this game is it's kind of tricky. It doesn't just go off population. It goes based off of your level and your happiness and your population. So it's got its own variables, okay? If you guys are at a 100% happiness, you're going to have a 20% increase, and then you have the amount that you get per level, because the reason they did it this way is otherwise high level players would have an obscene amount of taxes, whereas low level players would basically have damn near nothing, right? Because they wouldn't have much pop. Now, first I'm going to make a point to say that population is not super important in this game as far as taxes go. As it sits right now, I am the maximum level and I am at maximum happiness. That being said, the only way that I could increase my taxes at this point, being how I have max happiness and max level, would be to increase my population. Right now, my daily income is 27,000 for a total of 8 million pop. Okay? That's not really that much. It's not. So if you guys are wanting to increase your population based off of taxes for tax purposes, I don't recommend it. By the time you guys get done buying services to provide for all these extra people, you're actually not really benefiting. However, if you want a high populated city simply for the fact of just doing it, you want to see how many people that you can get, some people just want to see how many they can get. There's two ways you're going to be able to go about it at a lower level. There's two ways to go about it. One, you're either going to do it through Omega, and then you're going to do pop boost. I believe each residential can have a 300% boost. So you're going to want to unlock each category. However, if you're level 10, like this guy is asking, your only category that you're going to have unlocked at that time is going to be parks. Because you don't have Contest of Mayors unlocked until level 17, you won't be able to earn platinum keys, which means you won't be unlocking this park I'm about to show you, which is this one. It has 100% pop boost. A lot of low level people, level 18 people, when they are going for a pop boost and they are doing a pop city, they usually buy this park here because it's 100% increase. Now, you're going to want to buy the parks that you can fund at that time that you have unlocked with the highest pop boost. Now, based off your level and based off like how many keys you have, how much cash you have, is going to depend on what you're able to unlock at that time, what you're able to purchase. So this is a 40% pop boost. This right here is very tiny. It only takes up 1 square and it's 25% pop boost. So you got to think, you can do basically 100% roughly. Well, you can do 25%, which equals 100% for 4 squares, right? It's very spendy though. Now, this is super expensive. It's 40%. So when you guys boost your pop through parks, it's going to be quite tricky. I suggest that if you're going for a high pop city, that you go to the level where you unlock Omega, which I believe is level 31, maybe 30. I think it's level 31. However, I don't recommend doing this until you've met the other requirements. Sorry, I live near a train. Let me go ahead and mute my mic for just a second here. Okay. If you guys are level 30, you do not want to leave level 30 until you have max storage, at least 1 to 2 maxes, a relatively decent amount of upgrades on your VU tower. I would say at least half. The airport unlocked. And what was the other thing? Oh, your land. You want pretty much all of your land unlocked. If you guys are building Omega is going to be very, very, very expensive. You're going to have to buy canisters. They cost $7,000 a piece, and then you're going to get either a small, medium, or large canister. You're going to probably spend quite a bit of time or cash opening those canisters, and that is going to be the way that you guys get the highest pop. Now, if it were me, I wouldn't do Omega. I would do Epics, because Epics will provide tokens. Tokens provide money. And Epics also have a low service demand. So you will be able to provide services to your city relatively reasonably. Now, if you're going for the maximum population you can get in the game, you are going to have to go for Epics, okay? Omega, not Epics. You're going to want to buy the highest pop boosts in each and every category that you can. That means you're not going to have a lot of landscape in your city, because water and trees are wasted space if you're going for pop. You're not going to have a beautiful city if you're going for pop. You're going to have a grid-like city. You can look those maps up on Google. People have done them. They're pretty cool, actually. So what they do is they usually look like this. They will do 2 rows of homes, like one, you know how it does 1 square here, one square here. They'll do 2 rows of homes all the way down. And then in between those homes, they will do a grid where they put all their specialization pop boosters, and then they'll do another 2 homes. And they do these squares, and they do them strategically, and that way they can fit one of each specialization booster in between. That way it hits each and every home. Because as you'll notice, if you just have your homes, if you have like a whole bunch of homes in one area, you have to move one of those homes to make room for like a transportation building, and then make room for a park or whatever. So you end up having to take out a huge chunk of homes to make a spot for each and every specialization category. So what these people have done is they have utilized that by making grid maps that you basically can follow. Okay, so I strongly recommend that you guys look up those grid maps and copy their style. You are going to probably do a shit ton of road upgrades. I wouldn't do them early on. Happiness is not really going to be a huge problem for you guys. I would just let them complain and leave your happiness very low early on, and that way you don't go totally broke trying to keep them happy. You are going to need a pretty decent amount of money if you are doing Omega, because you're going to have to buy canisters, and you're going to need a decent amount of money because you're going to have to unlock each and every one of these specialization categories. So when you do that, each one of these HQs, these do very low pop, okay? The boost is very low. I put these in storage. They're not only ugly, but they're waste of space, and their pop boost is very low, so I put them in storage, and you are still able to place any of the buildings out even though the HQ is in storage. I would recommend going through each and every building and seeing which one boosts the pop does the highest pop boost for the cheapest priced and the smallest space. That, I believe, is this one, because it's 60%, 12 keys, and it's only 4 squares. This one's 50%, 50%, 65, but that one's 420 cash. It does do 3 epic points, but it also is kind of an odd shape. It has that extra 2 squares on the side where it's just super annoying placement. These hotspots are actually going to be very beneficial to you eventually when you guys unlock your regional maps, because you'll be able to upgrade these. They do 80% pop boost at a maximum upgrade, and they give a 5-pointer epic. However, if you unlock regional maps early on, you're going to have a hard time completing pretty much every other thing in your game. So if you guys are doing a pop city, you're in for a lot of work and a lot of a lot of work, actually. The whole building strategy is going to be way different for you. I mean, yes, storage is going to be important. Epics are going to be important because you're going to need money. And the best way to get money is to do production. And what better than to speed up that production? So, I mean, it's just, you're not really going to need to focus too much on comm if you're doing a pop city, because you don't really benefit that much from it. I mean, it would be nice to have the rewards from comm, but the problem is you guys are going to be excelling way too fast in level to actually have it be beneficial. So I would seriously reconsider doing a high pop city. If it's something that you are really, really stuck on doing, then you're just going to have to basically mess around with the placement of the specialization buildings. And every time you lay one down, you'll notice that there is a blue line that pops up, and you can see they go up, 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 right? And they see how some are lower than others. That means that I can still increase that coverage for that specific category to those buildings. Now, the number here right below the name where it says plus 260, that means that for that category, I'm boosting my population at that amount for that category. So if I go to Mayor's Pass, that's how much I'm boosting for my Mayor's Pass, and so on. Now, if you're doing beach placement or mountain placement, you're going to want to take into account that the coverage is, here, I'll show you. All right, you see how these green coverage lines, they go longer for certain buildings? So you're going to want to place these strategically and go, okay, that one's longer and I have more homes, so I'm going to put that one over here, right? And same with the beach. If you have, I don't really have anything beach-wise on this map right now, but mine is placed here for looks. So that's why I said you're not going to have a very beautiful city if you go with a high pop city, because I want this to be the end of my river. But if I was boosting my population, I would definitely probably take it more over here to the right. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. I hope that it helps. If you guys have any questions, I'm more than willing to answer them. I'm sorry I don't build high pop cities, so I don't have the answer as to what the maximum is for level 10. I know you can only boost your population so much with parks, and at level 10, you only have so many houses upgraded to maximum. And I know you don't have access to the Omega at that level. So there's only so much pop boost you can do. I would be curious to see if you guys have ever done it. Go ahead and throw those numbers in the comments and let me know what's the highest you've gotten yours up to. I know I had a girl that used to be in my club for a couple months, and she was a level 18. She had restarted her city several times, and she had a project going where she wanted to see how high she could get the pop in one Maxis square. So the Maxis is, the coverage is right here, and she wanted to see exactly how much pop, the highest pop she could get within that square. I don't remember what it ended up being, but I do remember that she won the mega prize quite a few times and was able to purchase that park that I showed you in the beginning. But because she hadn't unlocked very many specialization categories, and because she wanted it within this square, it was quite difficult. So she had to put the buildings around the outside of the square, and therefore she was unable to hit the center buildings. So it's just tricky. I don't see a point in playing a high pop city. It seems like it would be boring to me, but if it's something that, you know, it really interests you, then I guess that's what you want to do. So I'm sorry I don't have more advice for you. If you have any questions, I will do my best to answer them. I'm going to go ahead and get this video uploaded because I think I'm going to try to get 1 or 2 more done today.